Alam ng bawat Pilipino.
Yung mga sinasabi ho ninyo, do you have such kind of training for these communicators in the areas?
Papasukin natin ang impormasyong dapat bukas para sa lahat.
Meron ho ba tayo mga early warning systems in place para sa gayon ay mas maging aware ho yung ating mga kababayan na at risk po sa mga natural hazards?
Ano ang pinakamaganda, pinakamalakas na depensa natin dito sa aggression ng China against us? Ano ang programa ng DOTR for the comfort and safety of the passengers? Di ba dapat siguro magkakaroon na rin tayo ng housing program for farmers?
Mga issue may kabuluhan. Pag-usapan natin.
Sir, no, Palawan is and always will be Philippine territory. So no amount of historical distortion or wishful thinking can make that change otherwise.
Yung Universal Healthcare Law, pinasayan in 2019, February. Walang nagawa for 3 years. Pasado yung batas. Hallelujah tayo lahat eh. Uy, member na lahat ng Pilipino sa pila at gaganda na ang kalusot.
Dito lang sa Pag-usapan natin with Oscar Orbos. Tuwing Lunes at Huwebes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng gabi. PTV4 at Radyo Pilipinas at ang ating mga social media channels.
Ang programang ito ay natutuon po sa inyo. Galing po sa inyo at dahil sa inyo. Kaya kung anuman po ang dapat nating harapin na hamon, tayo po ay magsama-sama at pag-usapan po natin ito. Magandang gabi sa ating mga minamahal na nanonood at nakikinig. Ngayong gabi mga kaibigan, mayroon ho tayong pinagmamalaking guest, no? I will just call him Dean Noel. Siya po ay si Dean Noel Moratilla, no? If that is the right pronunciation, of the University of the Philippines Asian Center. Alam ho ninyo, ang kanyang tinatawag nating teritoryo sa pagtuturo, ngayon ay parang nasa gitna. Ito po ang focus ng attention lahat po sa atin dito sa Pilipinas dahil tayo po ngayong taon ang host ng ASEAN Summit. Madami ho sa atin siguro hindi natin alam na mayroon hong ASEAN. Ito po ay samahan ng madaming bansa dito sa ating rehiyon na kung saan tayo po ay nagkakaisa sa madaming bagay, sa kalakal, sa edukasyon, and also actually in promoting culture and the arts. Alam ho ninyo mga kaibigan, yung pong Asian Center na kung saan kasama ho natin si Dean Noel, yan po ay medyo may edad na. Nag-umpisa sila in 1955 pa. Yan ho inaaral nila ang ating mga kapitbahay, Asian Center. Pero alam ho ninyo mga kaibigan, sinabi ko kanina kay Dean Noel, maganda ho yung aralin natin yung ating mga kapitbahay. Pero we have to relate to them as what and as who. So, para maaral mo ng tugma at maganda ang kapitbahay mo, kailangan aralin mo muna yung sarili mo. So ito pong Asian Center, hindi lang ho nag-aaral ng ating mga kapitbahay, kapitbansa, kung hindi, sila din po ay nagpo-promote ng ating studies about the Philippines. So mayroon po tayong Philippine Studies. Tinignan ko ho yung kanyang curriculum vitae. Madami ho siyang sinulat na uukol sa Philippine Studies. Madami na akong nasabi, kaibigan Noel, no? But we are proud to have you because you are going to tell us a narrative about us. So that ito pong Pilipinas ay maintindihan ho natin na mas maganda. Unang-una, ano ho ba ang, shall I say, vision or mission, ang mandato ng Asian Center ng University of the Philippines? Ito ho ba isang institusyon na sa tingin ninyo ay importante para sa bansa? Please, Professor Noel.
Okay, bilang panimula, Manong, gusto
Yes,
ko pong
please.
magpasalamat sa pag-aaya sa akin at pag-imbita sa akin upang magsalita patungkol sa Asian Center at iba pang mga aspekto patungkol sa pag-aaral natin ng Asia at ng Pilipinas. Ang Asian Center, gaya po ng nabanggit ninyo, ay itinatag noong 1955 bilang Institute of Asian Studies.
Hindi ka pa pinapanganak.
Hindi pa po ako pinapanganak ng mga panahon na yon. Pero bago po yan, bago ang 1955, mga early 1950s, nung si Pangulong Magsaysay pa ang siyang presidente, siya po ay may mga binanggit na patungkol sa pangangailangan na pag-aralan natin yung ating mga karatig na bansa. Palibasa, tayo ay mga Asyano. So sabi niya, kailangan siguro malaman din natin ang iba pang mga gawi, ang iba pang mga kultura, tradisyon, at political systems na rin, kung tutusin ng iba pang mga bansa sa Asia. At ito ay nagkaroon nga ng bunga noong 1955 na maitatag ang Institute of Asian Studies.
So it is just an executive issuance that created itong tinasawag na Asian Studies.
Asian Studies, but later on, sir, it would be legislated by way of Republic Act 5334 at
Yes.
ito po na itatag yung tinatawag nating Asian Center. At siyang pangalan ng institusyon na ito hanggang sa kasalukuyan. Pero noong 1970s, ang Asian Center po ay tila naglaho dahil pinalitan po ito ng Philippine Center for Advanced Studies.
PICAS.
PICAS, noong panahon po ng Batas Militar. Pero noong mga 1979, so 1973 po yan na nangyari, pero mga 1979, mayroon pong panawagan at mabuti na lamang po at ito ay pinakinggan na ma-abolish po ang PICAS. Pinakinggan po ito ng pamahalaan ng mga panahon na yon at pinakinggan din po ng universidad. Kaya naging Asian Center pong muli at siya ng pangalan na pinangahawakan ng institusyon na ito hanggang sa kasalukuyan.
Alam mo, Professor Noel, sa akin, okay, there is what we call the historical, shall I say, journey of your institute, no?
Yes, sir.
Institution. Sa tingin mo, kung wala ho ito, saan ho natin, anong platform ang magagamit natin para maaral natin yung ating mga kapitbahay? I cannot think of it except through the DFA.
Yeah.
But the DFA is a department na hindi pwedeng mag-share sa mga tao.
That's right.
They have their own, shall I say, database at mission. Mabuti na lang may nakaisip or by accident, ilagay nila sa isang educational institution like the University of the Philippines.
Tama po yan, Manong. Kailangan po may pangangailangan po talaga ng magkaroon ng scholarly at akademikong diskurso sa kung paano natin i-approach pag-aaralan yung iba pang mga bansa sa Asia. Kaya yun po ang pinanghahawakang mandato ng Asian Center na ito ay magsilbi bilang sentro ng pag-aaral patungkol sa iba pang mga kultura at kasaysayan ng iba pang mga bansa sa ating kontinente.
Alam mo, I will have to tell you a story, no? Ako'y galing ng Pangasinan. Meron kaming dialect na napakahirap ayon sa iba, no? And we have about more than 75 dialects all over the country. Pero may nagsabi ho sa akin, that one we will all have to verify, no? And we cannot depend on Google or AI, no? There has to be a competent institution that will be doing that or has done that. Hindi natin alam. Yun daw ho Pangasinan is related to a certain tribe somewhere in Cambodia and Vietnam na kung saan halos pareho but yung lingwahe ay parang halos pareho ng mga nasa Indonesia. Ang magandang sinabi doon is mayroon ho kaming Princess Orduha na parang sinasabi nila is just a myth but mayroon din daw parang counterpart doon sa Cambodia at saka sa Vietnam na kung saan matriarchal ang lipunan ang nagdidikta. Ibig sabihin yung mga taga-Pangasinan under Bisaya, no? Ito ho'y biro. But what I'm saying is that we are part of many parts of Asia na kung saan dapat maaral din natin. Don't you think that is important din?
It is very important, sir. We know, of course, that Asia is characterized by a rich cultural diversity. Pero maliban dyan, marami na tayong pagkakatulad. Itong mga kultura ng mga Pilipino at gayon din ng iba pang mga mamamayan sa iba pang bahagi ng Asia. If I may just reference back the Republic Act which gave rise to the Asian Center, sir, yung RA 5334, nakalagay po ron, malinaw din na magkakaroon ng diin, there's going to be emphasis also on Philippine studies. So apart from us studying the other parts of Asia, we will also have to put a premium on studies,
own.
scholarly discourse also on the Philippines.
In fact, that is what we are doing and we have been doing.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Ngayon dyan, Professor Noel, dahil ito yung University of the Philippines, kayo huy mag-isa,
Yeah.
and you acquire a wealth of data, competence, and information about not only about the Philippines but about your neighbors, ito ba ay sinishare nyo sa ibang eskwelahan? Because you have the competence and the network and the platform to do this. Ito ho ba ay naibabahagi ninyo sa ibang mga schools dito sa atin?
Naibabahagi namin, sir, Manong, sa maraming kaparaanan. Halimbawa, meron kami mga lectures every now and then na nag-aaya po kami ng iba't ibang mga mag-aaral o kapwa scholar din mula sa iba pang mga paaralan, pribado man o pampubliko. Maliban dyan, meron po kami mga webinar kasi yung physical presence, halimbawa sa mga lecture namin, kung minsan imposible dahil may mga nakatira sa malalayong mga lugar, kaya hindi na lang siguro pinipiling dumayo pa sa Maynila para umatin ng mga lecture. Pero marami kami mga online seminars, marami kami mga online lectures at ito ay bukas sa lahat. So, nasang panig man sila ng Pilipinas o nasang alinmang panig ng mundo. Anywhere in the world, sir, because of digital technology.
Along that line, kung ako ay professor o nagtuturo sa Pangasinan,
Yes, sir.
at gusto kong magkaroon ng additional, shall I say, credits leading to some whatever degree, pwede ba akong makipag-ugnayan sa inyo so that I can actually participate on this, what you're saying, online educational, shall I say, undertaking of your institution?
Yes, sir. Everyone is actually welcome. Wherever you are in the world. As a matter of fact, because of digital technology, there are some classes that we get to hold virtually. So may mga mag-aaral kami halimbawa na nasa mga lalayong mga lalawigan o minsan nasa abroad pa. Nakaka-attend naman sila sa mga lecture. Sometimes we come up with a hybrid format for the holding of our classes. So regardless of where they are, they get to attend the classes.
Just to be particular, there are times when isang citizen would like to know more.
Yeah.
Can I write to you or go online? Can I have access to everything that you have studies on Pangasinan culture?
Yes, sir.
Pwede ho yan?
We grant such requests as a matter of fact. And then apart from that, meron din po kami mga publications. So many of these publications are actually available and accessible on our Asian Center website.
May nakita ako dito sa binigay na, shall I say, information about you, na it looks like yung mga institutions dito sa ating universidad ng Pilipinas ay nagsama-sama upang ito po'y mapalakas pa ang kanilang output, no? I have to say all of this because people will need to know and they need to be proud of what we have. Paki-explain nga itong tri-college na sinasabi ho ninyo na kung saan nagsama-sama itong tatlo o kung sino man itong tatlo para mas maganda ang kanilang output na ipamimigay sa ating mga kababayan.
Okay, maraming salamat, Manong, sa tanong. Mabalik lang po ako doon sa Asian Center. Sa Asian Center, meron po kami mga graduadong programa pero ito ay nasa master's level lang. So meron kaming Master of Arts at Masters in Asian Studies, Master of Arts at Masters in Philippine Studies. Ang isa po, yung Master of Arts namin, ito ay thesis track. So sa mga mag-aaral namin, bago sila makapagtapos, kailangan po nilang gumawa ng pananaliksik sa forma na isang thesis at saka i-depensa po nila ito. Ngayon, yung Tri-College program po namin, ito po yung nagsisilbi nating PhD in Philippine Studies program. At ito po ay under the supervision of 3 different colleges. The Asian Center is one of them. Tapos isa rin po, kasama rin po dyan yung College of Social Sciences and Philosophy at naroon din po yung College of Arts and Letters. Ang pinaka-orientasyon po nitong Tri-College PhD Philippine Studies program namin ay multi at interdisciplinary. So that explains also why you have 3 different colleges working on the same program.
Ayan, Professor.
Yes, sir.
nagsisilbi kayo sa mga eskwelahan, the other educational institutions, nagsisilbi kayo sa publiko.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what about your services to the other departments dito sa ating bansa? Sila din ho ba ay mayroong, na nakukuha, just to use the term, na pagtulong sa kanila patungkol sa kanilang gawain? For instance, I will be honest with you. Ako po isang practicing lawyer for many years way back. No? May mga kliyente kami na gustong mag-invest sa Indonesia. You know what we do is that we have our own lawyers association, so we contact yung pangangailangan sa Indonesia through our own lawyers association for the region. Paano naman yun yung mga walang abogado, yung walang access sa mga professionals, sa mga accounting firms? They would like to know kung pwedeng may bumili sa kanila somewhere. Is there a portal somewhere that you have na pwede nyo silang i-refer? I will have to ask you that. You're not the Department of Trade, but you are actually engaged in this kind of, shall I say, information gathering. Makakatulong ho ba kayo?
Yes, sir. Meron kaming I would say productive and active partnerships with different agencies of government. Nabanggit nyo kanina yung Department of Foreign Affairs, sir.
Yes.
Every now and then kami po ay naimbita ng DFA sa kanilang mga event. Kung minsan kami ay naanyayahan din para mag-lecture, halimbawa sa kanilang FSI programs. We send out some of our faculty members to do lectures in DFA, and then in some other government agencies. National Defense College of the Philippines is another important agency that we have partnered
How about
with.
Department of Trade?
The Department of Trade so far, but of course we can work that out at some point later on. But it's good that you mentioned it, sir. We'll have that in our list of possibilities.
I was wondering, maybe you should include, ito naman nakuha ko lang sa conversation natin,
Yes, sir.
The professional groups. You have to have access to the accounting association of the region, to the lawyers association of the region, to the maritime groups of the region. Sa akin, this is part of knowing more about our neighbors. Hindi ho ba?
Yes, sir. Tama po kayo dyan, Manong. Speaking of which, meron din po kaming wini-workout na extension activities with some public school teachers. Kasi sa tingin ko may pangangailangan din na mag-reach out tayo sa kanila, lalo na po yung mga nagtuturo ng patungkol sa Asia at saka sa Pilipinas.
I remember, ayaw ko if I'm getting into something internal naman sa UP, yung bang, when I was there, huwag na nating sabihin kung ano yung taon, yung aming subject sa AS, Arts and Sciences, on history, mayroon silang Department of History.
Yeah.
Any more than may Department of Mathematics or Natural Science. Ano ang relasyon ngayon nila dito sa Asian Center ho ninyo? The Department of History now of the Liberal Arts.
Kung minsan kasi, sir, ang orientasyon ng maraming mga departamento ay very disciplinary. So
Okay.
parang kami lang yan. Pero ang Asian Center, sir, ang kinaganda po nito, kami ay multidisciplinary. So ang pinag-aaralan namin ay iba't ibang mga aspekto, iba't ibang mga area. Hindi lang kami nag-aaral ng kasaysayan, halimbawa, kundi
Culture and the arts.
culture, for example, the arts, even political systems, even international relations for that matter. So marami kaming mga area na kung saan naroon kami kung tutuusin, Manong.
Alam mo, napag-usapan natin yung, shall I say, joint efforts, no? Madami mo sa ating mga kababayan gustong mag-aral sa ibang bansa, gustong magkaroon ng business sa ibang bansa. Kung minsan naliligaw, they will have families there. Yung iba naman, gusto nilang aralin hindi lang yung culture, but the culinary. Halos yung pagkain. Do you have a particular, shall I say, studies on this also, kung paano related yung kinakain natin dito sa magkakapit bahay?
Yes, sir. Meron kaming course na tatandaan ko just I think last semester or 2 semesters back. Meron kami something on culinary arts in Asia.
Really?
Tapos kung di ako nagkakamali, yung hindi po ako ang faculty member na humawak noon, pero yung colleague ko na humawak ng naturang kurso ay binigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga mag-aaral na pumunta sa iba't ibang mga restaurant dito sa Maynila. May Vietnamese restaurant, may Thai restaurant,
Yes.
etc. Kasi para nito, siyempre, upang mas maingganyo at saka mas maging aware sila, siyempre, mas aral sila at mas malay sila doon sa mga
You know, Professor,
pangkulturang pagkain ng
you
iba't
have
ibang mga
mentioned
bansa.
something that actually makes the whole region as one. No?
That's right, sir.
When we talk of what's needed by all of us. Babalik ho kami with Professor Noel bago ho tayo magutom dahil sa mga sinabi niya mga pagkain. Wag ho kayong aalis.
Pleasant Monday evening. Greetings to all. Yours truly, Patrick Desus here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News Now. Tops on our stories tonight. 3 students lose their lives and at least 5 more are injured in a mass shooting incident inside the campus of San Jose National High School in Tacloban City, which has been gripped by fear, grief, and bewilderment over the tragedy. Tacloban Police has arrested the 2 suspects, both of whom were active shooters in the crime scene and junior high school students of the school. Both suspects claim they brought the firearms with them in school, a .38 caliber revolver and a 9mm handgun, but had no intention of using them. But after being ridiculed and bullied over his haircut, one of the suspects pulled out his firearm and shot at the victim, mocking him. And then all hell broke loose and dozens more rounds were fired, yielding 2 more casualties and at least 7 more wounded. Meanwhile, the president expressed sorrow and regret over the tragedy and immediately ordered a thorough probe on the incident. Likewise, PNP Chief Police General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. directed police investigators on a full investigation, seeking to ascertain the motive behind and how the active shooter and or his accomplice managed to get hold of the firearms. Unlike in the United States, where there are more guns in circulation than the entire population, firearm possessions, much more mass shootings by juvenile delinquents are extremely rare given the country's strict gun laws. There is much hope to draw from among MMDA authorities and field personnel with the little successes in mitigating flood incidents in the megacity at the onset of the monsoon season. A breath of optimism expressed of late by MMDA Flood Control and Sewerage Management Office Director Mark Navarro, citing less flooding in hotspots or prone areas this year and attributing the drop to the MMDA's Bayanihan sa Estero program, which kicked off in August last year. Navarro said the program has exceeded last year's target by cleaning up and declogging 37 problematic waterways or esteros instead of 23 and rehabilitating 40 more this year rather than the expected 25. Volume of garbage or waste extracted out of esteros in the second half of last year hit roughly 7,000 tons, while trash from esteros taken out for the first half of the year has reached 4,000 tons thus far. Despite such positive developments, Navarro lamented that government intervention alone has to be complemented by proactive public participation, which hinges on awareness and discipline in action on proper trash disposal. The North American teams hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Canada, USA, and Mexico are causing quite a stir among their fans at home and beyond. USA and Mexico have punched their tickets into the knockout rounds after winning their first 2 games, while Canada leads Group D and is a hinge to clinch no matter what. But what is stirring up fans outside the stadiums and even more in cyberspace are those of the fur and feather kind who have turned into darlings of the crowds in Mexico and internationally. Osito, an 8-year-old rescued poodle and perennial ride-mate of bicycle courier George Rangel, is a crowd magnet, especially with the colors of the Mexican fitted on him, and those cool Mexican shades turns him into an adorable must-have selfie subject. Meanwhile, what looks like a duck walks and quacks like one on the streets and curb outside the stadium has grown into a sidewalk sensation and online star overnight. Merlin, a 2-year-old duck, a staple on the busy streets of the Mexico City, is a pet owned by Christian Gomez, a bottled water sidewalk vendor. But the sight of Merlin in miniature Mexican jersey and tiny walking socks waddling on the sidewalks and crossing the streets is so magical, capturing the hearts of soccer fans on the streets and an even bigger viral superstar. So much so, Merlin has been dubbed Mexico's unofficial mascot, whose quack has brought good luck and vibes to the national team with 2 straight victories against South Korea and South Africa and a ticket to the next round. And with that, we have come to the end of tonight's show. Join us anew tomorrow evening for another round of stories here and elsewhere dominating the 24-hour news cycle. Bear in mind to always stay connected by catching the news right here. This is Patrick De Jesus, wishing you all a cool and restful night ahead, and thank you for watching PTV News Now.
The Cine Bata Video Festival is calling for submission of video entries for, by, and with children. Submit videos with the theme, Hear My Voice. Deadline for submission of entries is on July 31, 2026. For details, visit or contact the following.
Ayan mga kaibigan, nagbabalik ho kami ni Professor Noel. Lahat ho ng pinag-usapan natin, Professor, leads to the fact that we are all actually neighbors. We would like to interact and be, shall I say, more productive together. Okay. Ngayon po ay we are the host of the ASEAN group, of which si President Marcos is the chairman of the summit. From your perspective, kasi ginalanan nila kung saan tayo pwedeng magsama-sama ng maganda at this time. One is energy security. Number 2 is food. Okay? Number 3, food security. Kasi magkakasama ho tayo. We solve our problems together. Number 3, well, tourism, which is to me the best and most exciting part, especially for me as a young grandfather. No? But the other one is, it's sensitive, it's true, but security arrangements. No? Ito ho ba, I'm almost sure, madami ho kayong pag-aaral na uukol dito. At madami ho sa ating mga departments, opisina sa gobyerno would have had their own, shall I say, productive access to the studies your center has done. Ito ho ba ay doable lahat? Energy, pwede ho tayo magsama-sama with the rest of the country in the region?
Sa tingin ko po, may posibilidad naman po na maaari tayong magsama-sama patungkol sa area na ito, yung energy. Kaya lang siguro sa panig ng Pilipinas, medyo mahirapan tayo, palibasa tayo nakahiwalay. Pero kung di ako nagkakamali, meron na pong cross-border energy connections that are being worked out, especially in the case of some countries in mainland Southeast Asia. Thailand, I understand, and also Laos, I believe there are 2 more, Malaysia also can. Probably this is something that we should continue pursuing,
And I
this
think
particular area.
this should be, shall I say, the top agenda
Yeah.
for us na ipupurso dahil, for now,
Yeah.
siguro kukunti lang yung production natin sa gas saka sa oil, but you never can tell.
That's
Noel,
right.
no? So, the countries in Borneo, they have, in Malaysia, they have in Indonesia. So we can all get together so that we will have better access to cheaper, better, shall I say, more secured supply
Yeah.
for us. So,
And
doable ito?
Yes, sir. And I would say it's even more imperative now than ever, especially because of what's happening in West Asia right now, as we know, di ba? There's this conflict going on, and of course that has impacted profoundly,
whole
the
world,
energy
actually.
sector, the whole world for that matter. So I think it's about time, or I would say it's really important on the part of different ASEAN countries to really get our act together.
Actually, it should be timely for us na tayo ho ngayon ang nag-host.
Yes, sir. Ang chair.
Number two, I will have to ask you, food security, supply, production, and all that. Pare-pareho ang ating production. We produce rice, we produce corn, bananas, and sugar, and other crops. No? Mayroon na ako kayong pag-aaral dyan sa Asian Center na kung saan mapapalakas pa ito. I will just give you an example. For instance, yung IRI natin, lahat ng rice researches, nag-benefit yung buong region. I don't know about sugar researching and corn production researching. Ito ho ba isang bagay na in your studies or in your, shall I say, projections, this has to be addressed and this has to be improved?
Oh, yeah. This is, of course, one aspect that really has to be investigated further, sir. How, in that regard, food sufficiency can actually be addressed by way of greater interaction, I would say, between the different countries in Southeast Asia. Because, of course, to state the obvious, there are also certain countries na hindi naman talaga nagpo-produce. There are certain countries in Southeast Asia na hindi naman talaga nagpo-produce. So, I think the better option in that regard, the better strategy is for us really to have this greater interaction, better trade relations, especially to address some of the problems pertaining to food insufficiency.
I'm happy to hear that because kung sa food, we can, shall I say, use the term loosely, depend on each other to be more secure, abay napakaganda ho yun. Kaya itong pag-host natin ngayon, the Philippines is hosting, this is one area na tinatawag natin ang, shall I say, returns ay napakataas. You mentioned already about energy, tourism, Professor Noel. Is this a, shall I say, a potential? Hindi as competitor. O dito na lang kayo sa Bali, dyan na lang sa Boracay. But actually, there can be a common effort to put together a bigger market and, well, a bigger force to address the needs of that market.
Yeah. Ang kagandahan po sa Southeast Asia, Manong, tayo ay very, as I pointed out earlier, very culturally diverse, di ba? So, ang makikita natin dito sa Pilipinas, yung naman karakaraka makikita rin sa iba pang mga lugar sa ASEAN.
Yeah.
Sa tingin ko, this works to our advantage. So, if you're talking about tourism, bigyan natin ng pagkakataon ang bawat isa dito sa rehiyon natin na magpunta sa kanilang mga bansa. I think this is one particular aspect, one particular area na talagang maaaring magtulungan ng iba't ibang mga bansa sa ASEAN.
Well, we talk about one aspect is the culinary uniqueness of the region.
That's right.
Nandito sa isang ikot mo, 5-6 na varieties, different tastes, no? The other one is, I will have to ask you, music, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is this something that also the Asian Center, your center would look? Kasi this is a unifying, shall I say, element of anything that you will have to make a region stronger. Is that possible?
Yes, sir. It is possible, and that's actually something that we've been doing as well. Kasi ang Asian Center ay hindi lang po scholarly discourse, we also do performances. So every now and then, we would invite people, galing sa Vietnam o galing sa Thailand to come to the Asian Center and perform their cultural activities within the Asian Center, and then we would invite people so that they can also be made more aware of these things that are existing in different parts of the region. So talk about cross-cultural competence.
Very good.
Sir.
That's a good term. Cross-cultural, competence. No? Ayaw kong tanungin, pero it is a reality, self-evident, no? It is there. We cannot just ignore it. What about yung security arrangements? Hindi ba dapat dahil tayo magkakapitbahay, we help each other to be more secure about many things? Now, I don't know the details about this, but is it workable that all of us will get together, not to compete against each other, but to be more secure together?
Yeah. The good thing about ASEAN, sir, I mean, if I may make a comparison with some other regional organizations in other parts of the world, hindi tayo nag-aaway-away. Hindi tayo nag-aaway-away. Kaya siguro isang bintahin na rin yan na meron tayong ASEAN, kasi ito ay nagiging platform natin para mag-usap-usap at magkaroon ng dialogue kung meron mang hindi pagkakaunawaan halimbawa. At saka meron tayong underlying principle sa ASEAN na kung tawagin ay ASEAN centrality. So sa lahat ng mga bagay, kung may mga problema tayo halimbawa sa iba pang mga bansa, ay idinudulog natin ito sa ASEAN at hinihingi natin ang tulong hindi lang isa pang bansa kundi ng lahat ng mga bansa dito sa rehiyon natin upang ma-address o ma-resolba kung anumang problema.
Alam mo, Noel, very, shall I say, hindi lang informative, very important yung sinabi ho ninyo. Dahil tayo po ay magkakapitbahay, tayo magkakasama, and we would like to address issues and challenges together. We will have to put together the process and the protocols kung ano ang, let's say, hindi lang kita naintindihan, hindi pwedeng, we have to put it into the protocol agreed upon by the whole, shall I say, region. Is this something that should be, shall I say, a priority?
Yeah, I think that should be that should continue to be the underlying principle, sir, of ASEAN. Dapat tayo, we should get into dialogues if need be. If there are certain, I would say, issues that may emerge from misunderstanding between our countries within the region or even with another country outside the region, then we go to the ASEAN and, we seek
process it there.
Yeah, seek the assistance of ASEAN and process it there if necessary.
Wow. Yun ho bang Asian Center ho natin? Alam nyo, matagal ko ng kapitbahay yung Asian Center.
Yes, from
panahon ko
College
pa
of Law.
sa College of Law. I've never seen the inside of that place. Is it still the same edifice, Professor?
Baka nung panahon na sa College of Law, sir, ito ay nando sa Romulo Hall pa. Yung Romulo Hall, sir, ay naitatag ito mga early 1970s.
Ayun ang
Kung di
nasa
ako
tapat
nagkakamali.
namin.
Nasa tapat, sir. At ito ay naging tahanan ng dalawang institusyon, yung Asian Center at saka yung Institute of Islamic Studies. Ngunit sa kasamaang palad, simula 2014-2015, naging off-limits na po ito kasi mayroon ng pagdududa tungkol sa structural integrity ng naturang gusali. But it's a good thing that we have a new building, I would say relatively new, although not exactly new because it's been around for more than 10 years already, yung GT Toyota Hall. So sa kasalukuyan po itong
You have a new home, actually.
We have a new home. We also have an auditorium at saka itong
I'm really happy na kayo po ay naging panauhin natin. Ating there has center aaral hindi lang tungkol sa ating mga kapitbahay, kung hindi nag-aaral tungkol sa atin. Department that you have at your center, or shall I say, it's defined by the different kinds of studies or researches that you have for your personnel?
Well, in the Asian Center, we're not divided into To department, sir. What we do have actually are 4 existing programs, as I pointed out. Programs. But these are degree granting programs, sir. So meron kaming thesis track na kung tawagan at saka meron kaming non-thesis track. So doon sa mga mag-aaral na sa tingin nila may sapat silang kakayanan para magsaliksik at gumawa ng kanilang mga thesis, doon sila sa thesis track. Na maring iba't ibang aspekto nga ng pag-aaral sa Asia at pag-aaral sa Pilipinas.
Alam mo ninyo, madami pa ho tayong dapat aralin na uukol sa atin at nauukol sa center. Babalik ho kami, huwag ho kayong aalis.
Join us for your nightly news fix and stay informed with our comprehensive coverage of news, business, politics, current events, and more. From our network of journalists across the Philippines and the rest of the world, anchored by Charms Espina and Jay Esteban. PTV News Tonight, Mondays to Fridays, 9 p.m. Only here on PTV. PTV Consumer Watch. Bantay presyo sa gasolina. Iba't ibang kulay, pantay-pantay. Dahil ang prinsipyo ng paggalang at karapatan ay walang pinipiling kasarian. Patuloy nating ipaglaban ang isang mas inklusibong mundo para sa lahat. Happy Pride Month! Isang mensahe mula sa inyo, People's Television.
The best way to understand a place is through its food. Kaya naman, halina't mabusog sa kaalaman at kainan. With your food buddies, Leslie Ordinario and Joshua Garcia. Sila ang kasama ninyo sa mga bagong food venture that will surely satisfy your taste buds. Dito lang sa Eats Fun. Tuwing linggo, alas 10:30 na umaga. Dito lang sa PTV.
Malugod na pagbati kay PTV News Senior Reporter Patrick De Jesus na pinarangalan bilang natatanging Pilipino sa larangan ng pamamahayag. Sa Gawad Pilipino, duyan ka ng Magiting Awards 2026.
Pagpapatuloy ko po yung aking tungkulin para may hatid yung katotohanan sa bawat Pilipino.
Ipinagmamalaki ka ng iyong PTV family.
Ipinagmamalaking ihatid ng inyong PTV Regional Team.
Lokal na balitaan sa iba't ibang wika.
Usapang derechahan at makabuluhan.
At road trip na kakaiba. Hitik sa kaalaman at kultura.
Balita. Talakayan. Kaalaman. Mula sa PTV Regional. Para sa bayan. Health Watch. Alertong pangkalusugan. Balisa at laging nag-aalala? Kapit lang. Hindi ka nag-iisa, kaibigan. Valid ang iyong nararamdaman. Tandaan lang ang 12S kontra stress. Self-awareness. Pakiramdaman ang sarili mo at maging sensitibo sa iyong mga pangangailangan at nararamdaman. Scheduling. Hatiin ng tama ang oras mo. At nang hindi ma-overwhelm sa trabaho. Siesta. Deserve mong magpahinga. Kaya gawin mo itong regular na bahagi ng iyong araw. Speak. Huwag mong kimkimin. Magsabi ka kung may gustong iparating. Lalo na kapag hindi mo na kaya at kailangan mo ng tulong. Sounds. Makinig sa musika para ma-relax. Gumanda ang mood at maaliw habang nagtatrabaho. Sensation. Touch therapy? Why not? Magpamasahe paminsan-minsan para ma-relax ang isip at katawan. Stretching. Mag-exercise para ma-energize. At gumanda ang pakiramdam. Socialize. Importanteng may support group ka tulad ng mga kaibigan at kapamilya na handang makinig sa'yo. Smile. Kahit gaano ka-stressful ang buhay, laging humanap ng dahilan para umiti at tumawa. Sports. Ang pagkakaroon ng active lifestyle ay mainam para sa isipan. Spirituality. Sandalan ang iyong pananalig at humugot ng lakas sa panalangin. At seek consultation. Ang stress ay pwedeng maging traumatic at makatutulong na lumapit sa isang profesional para kayo ay magabayan. Deserve mong alagaan ang sarili mo. Think positive. Stay happy. Dahil sa panahon na napaka-stressful, dapat laging listo.
Nagbabalik ho tayo, mga kaibigan, dito kay Professor Noel. Alam mo, Professor, I will just tell you, yung nasabi ko na we had to contact our own bar association for the region just to help, no? Alam mo, yung isang area na professionals in the region can actually get together, medical services, no? They can now refer to each other whatever it is that they would like to refer and actually come out with a good service together. The other one is yung sinabi natin na culinary. This educational, actually, it's being done, no? The other one is yung maritime, mga marino natin. Mayroon silang mga pagsasama sa ibang mga nationalities in the region na kung saan they take advantage of each other's, let's say, competence and network connection to help each other. Saan ho ako papunta? Papunta ho ako. That's why sa tingin ko napaka-importante yung Asian Center because it opens the door for many of us to be, well, in effect, magkakamukha naman tayo. Pareho ho ang history, pareho ang sometimes the language and the music, so we can be one community. Hindi ho ba dapat yan ang isang, shall I say, objective ng eskwelahan ho ninyo
Yes,
at
sir.
yung bansa?
Yes, sir. Actually, ang kagandahan sa Asian Center, sinusubukan din po namin na mag-internationalize by way of forging relationships with other institutions of higher learning within the region. So, sa ngayon po ay nakipag-usap tayo sa marami pang mga institusyon. Kasi sa tingin ko, kinakailangan po na magkaroon tayo ng kung tawagin na ASEAN consciousness. And what better way of doing it, of course, by giving our students the experience or the opportunity to go to a different university outside the Philippines, that is, but within ASEAN. So sa ngayon po, meron tayong mga memorandum of agreement at memorandum of understanding na ginagawa kung saan po ang Asian Center ay magsisilbing kung tawagin natin ay implementing unit para sa mga kasunduang ito.
Alam mo, Professor, of course, lumaot tayo sa ibang bansa. But ngayon ko lang na-realize na if I am a school somewhere in Pangasinan, I would like to develop this quote-unquote Asian consciousness. Wala naman akong teacher, wala naman akong professor na who can actually competently do this. Can I get, shall I say, help from Asian Center to train our teachers in Pangasinan so that now they can bring home to their students this kind of consciousness required for the ASEAN?
Yeah, very much, sir. As a matter of fact, ang isa sa mga proyekto namin na gagawin sa mga susunod na panahon ay caravan, kung saan kami ay magtutungo sa iba't ibang mga paaralan at makikipag-usap, makikipag-dialogo sa mga public school teacher, halimbawa, o kaya naman ay mga mag-aaral sa isang partner university, kung saan maaari kami mag-deliver ng lecture, free of charge, but of course, as a way, syempre, of promoting this so-called ASEAN consciousness and also promoting, I would say, very subtly so, the programs of the Asian Center.
You know, extension service na ng UP yan sa Asian Center. Ngayon ko lang masasabi, it's not actually a, shall I say, an imposition. Di ba dapat pwedeng gawin na yan sa DEX na kung saan mayroong syllabus yung mga teachers. So people, yung mga grade 2, grade 3, they're aware already that there is such thing as ASEAN.
That's right.
Part of the ASEAN consciousness program that you have.
Ang kagandahan sa amin, sir, ay marami kaming mga mag-aaral na nagmumula sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Siguro, approximately mga 60 or 70% of our students are actually teachers in the public schools. And they go back. So, sa tingin naman namin, malaki yung nagiging papel namin, malaki yung nagiging ambag namin sa lalo pang pagkatuto ng mga guro na ito at yung natututunan nila, yung mga kaalaman nila sa Asian Center, siyempre inipapasa nila sa kanilang mga mag-aaral.
Wow. Anong tawag niyo sa graduate niyo? Kung Masters in Asian Studies?
Yes, sir. Meron kaming Master of Arts in Asian Studies na thesis. Meron din kami Masters in Asian Studies na non-thesis naman. Pero mas marami silang kukunin kurso kung sakali. Tapos meron din kami Philippine Studies, yung Master of Arts in Philippine Studies at saka Masters in Philippine Studies.
In other words, alam ho ninyo, huwag kayong magtaka, no? At some point in our lives, we want to know more about certain things.
Yeah.
Ako ba, pwede pa ako mag-enroll dyan sa institute?
Anytime, sir. Pwede. Basta meron kayong panahon notwithstanding your busy schedule, I suppose.
Oh my God. Ganito, I'm really happy that I have you as a guest tonight. Shari will have another episode with you more on the details of what you do as an institution. No? But in the end, ako po ay nagagalak na mayroon ho tayong isang Asian Center na kung saan, now I use the term, Asian consciousness is promoted and in the process, Philippine consciousness is likewise promoted. I would like to hear I will use the term last words, no? Message sa ating mga kababayan, especially now na nangangailangan ho tayo ng isang consciousness as a people, as one nation, and extending it as one region. Professor.
Marami pong salamat sa paanyaya, Manong. Sa tingin ko naman po ay na ipakilala namin ang husto, ang Asian Center sa ating mga manonood. Ang Asia, alam naman natin ay malaki yung papel na ginagampanan sa kasalukuyan at maging sa hinaharap, di ba? Economy-wise, politically also. Sa ngayon po ay meron tayong unfortunately may iba-ibang mga kaguluhan sa iba pang panig ng mundo, pero ang ASEAN sa kagandahan maswerte naman tayo na narin pa rin yung ating sense of community kung tutuusin. At siguro ito ay isang pamamaraan din upang kung anumang hamon ang dumating sa rehiyon ay mapagtatagumpayan natin, kundi man ay mariresolba natin ang sama-sama sa pamamagitan ng ating kolektibong dialogo at decision making.
Maraming salamat, Professor Noel. Maraming salamat sa ating mga nakikinig. Ayan, narinig ho ninyo si Professor Noel. We are one nation and part of one region. Ako po ay nagpapasalamat na tayo ngayon, ang hamon sa atin is to be one family as the Philippines. Mabuhay po kayo and God bless you.